I also had my speech printed out, but I forgot it at home, so there's my first fail. So as she said, my name's Brian, and I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out to celebrate the beautiful open bar that we have this evening. And a special thank you, though, to Tom, Barb, Kathy, and Russ for putting together such a special evening and creating two of the most kind, genuine, and beautiful people that we're here to celebrate. So there comes a time in every man's life when he does meet his one true love, you know, the person he just can't live without. And for Ryan, that day came probably about 4 years ago at the University of Indianapolis when he walked on campus and locked eyes with me, obviously. And so Ryan and I met in grad school going on like four or so years ago. And I remember one of the first conversations we had was in his car on the way to duck pin bowling as one of our first class functions. And that's when I knew it was going to be really a once-in-a-lifetime kind of friendship. It was just solid, nonstop conversation as if we'd known each other since grade school. He just takes genuine interest in and has the best of intentions with anybody that he meets. And so for those of you who aren't familiar with the field of occupational therapy, it's a very heavily female-dominated profession. So when we walked on campus and met our class and the class above us, and the ratio was about one guy to every 15 girls, we'll just say we didn't hate our chances. And I don't know if you know this about Ryan, but he doesn't make any decisions, big or small, without first doing his research. And so when he first started showing interest in Lauren, I knew it had to be a pretty big deal. And we'll get into what he found out on her background checks in a little bit. So fast forward a year or so later, and Ryan and I are floating on a couple of rafts out at his parents' house on Lake Kiwi, just drinking beers, being dudes, and we started talking about Lauren. And I know sometimes Ryan can be a man of many words, but I remember clear as day, his most simple of statements was just, "Yeah, man, she's the one." Mm-hmm. And really nothing else needed to be said because it was said so matter-of-factly. And we've all hung out countless times since then, sometimes as big groups, sometimes on double dates, sometimes just the two of them and myself, and Lauren plays a hell of a third wheel to Ryan and I on those occasions. She really. And so Google tells me that this is the part of my speech where I'm supposed to offer up my advice or insight on their marriage, but having never been married myself, I don't feel too qualified in that aspect. But Lauren, I will say that if Ryan turns out to be half as caring and supportive a husband as he has been a friend, then I have no doubt that the two of you will live happily ever after, all the way up until you forget each other's names and need OTs yourselves. And so if I could get everybody, another toast, I know. Everybody raise their glasses, beer cans, whatever you've got. I want to end in a quick movie quote. Ryan, pay attention. Tell me the movie later. Quick movie quote in saying that true love is the soul's recognition of its counterpoint in another. And I'm so happy that the two of you have found that. Cheers.
And one more round of applause for Brian Schulteis, our best man.